All right, y'all, this is the day 53 review for the final. This is kind of like a review for the first half of the final. Okay, guys, the first one will be about, it'll give you a graph. You got to decide if it's a function or not. If you can draw any vertical line and have it touch in two places on that function, curve, it's not a function. This one, I can draw vertical lines that never touches this curve twice. This is a function. Guys, you're going to get a mapping diagram. Again, if it looks like this, where it starts from one number and goes to two different places, goes to two different numbers, then it's not a function. All right, this one looks okay, though. All these go to one particular output. They can go to the same output, all right, but one input cannot go to two different outputs. All right, when you get the table, guys, look for any repeating values of x. You see how 1's repeat and the 4 repeats. All right, it goes to a different place. That's not a function, okay? All right, guys, number 3 here, this is domain. All right, there'll be a question on the test like this where it has endpoints. Domain, again, is the x. How wide is this? How wide is this function? All right? How low does it go along the x? Is this low right here. How high does it go on the x? Right here. Okay? So the interval of the domain is -2 to 2. Again, the -2 is an open round bracket because that's an open circle. The 2 is a square bracket because that's a closed circle. Okay? It includes 2. All right, guys, the next one will not be on the test. Domain, it goes from negative infinity to positive infinity. The x goes all the way. Every x is considered a part of the domain for absolute value function. All right, number 5 will definitely be on the test. Something like that, guys, where you're going to get a quadratic. You have to plug in a number for x. Again, what is f of 4? What does that mean? Or -4? That means put -4 where the x is. So -4 squared minus 5 times x, which is -4, plus 9. That's what this says right here. I'm going to calculate it out. I got 45. All right, guys, the next one will be on the test. You get a graph. You're going to get an f of something, so that's the x. 2 is the x, 2. So look where 2 is. Follow it up to where it hits the curve, the function curve, and then follow it over to the y. Again, when x is 2, what is y? It's 1. All right, this one here, f of 3. When x is 3, what is y? It's -2. All right, the next one is the absolute value function. You'll get an absolute value equation. You got to pick the graph. Remember, find the vertex. And the absolute value looks like this. -h, or x minus h, plus k. All right? Remember, this says -h. So whatever this reads right here, h is 4. That says -4. So h is really 4. It's the opposite from how it reads on the inside, just like for the quadratic. Outside says +2, so it's exactly that, +2, because it's plus k. So 4, 2 is the vertex. Okay, 4, 2 is right there. It's not that one, it's right there. It's not that one, right there. Not that one, okay, see, it's right there. That one. All right, number 8. Again, guys, opposite of what's inside, exactly what's outside. So this says x plus 2, so I write -2 here. That says -1 on the outside, so I write -1 right there. Opposite of inside, exactly what's outside. Same with this one. It says x -1, so write 1. This says +4 on the outside, so put 4. Opposite of what's inside, exactly what's outside. All right, one of these will be the intercepts. You'll get a curve. It'll intercept the x and the y-axis. All right, where it crosses the x-axis is right there. That's a 3. Where it crosses the y-axis up and down, it's right there. All right, -2. So look where it crosses the axis. Right, the next one, the graph, this has a minimum. It doesn't have a max that goes up forever. It has a minimum right there. And what's the minimum value of the function? Look at the y. That's the function. That's the output. How low does it go? 4. 4 is the minimum. It doesn't go lower than 4. It doesn't go to 3 or 2 or 1. No. It goes to 4 and comes back. All right? That value occurs at what value of x? -2. All right, this one will not be on the test. Increasing. All right, interval of increasing. The interval, you look at the x. It starts right here at 1 and increases. 1 to positive infinity, okay? And decreasing will not be on the test. Decreasing. All right? Negative infinity down back to 1. Look at the x. Negative infinity to 1, the x. All right, 13, we start. This is from test 2. Everything before this was test 1 material. All right, test 2. I'm going to kind of hustle through this. You guys were adding up 2 polynomials. Line up the like terms. Add them together. All right, guys, for this one here, we're subtracting. Again, write write this one first on top in standard form. N to the third, n squared, then n. And then write this polynomial underneath, change the signs because I'm subtracting. Take this negative and distribute it to all 3 terms. Change the signs. All right, and make sure you put like terms all together. The only difference for this one was 8. You could see the 8 right there. All right, for 15, we're multiplying. Take the 3x to the 5th and multiply times all 3 of those terms. Remember, when you multiply exponent, you add the exponents. That is the FOIL method. Again, a binomial times a binomial. Just use the FOIL method, all right? The 3a times both the 6a and the 3, and the -4 times both the 6a and the 3. Combine these 2 together to get your answer. Combine those 2 like terms together. All right, 17, I'm multiplying a binomial times a trinomial. I put this one in a box, put the trinomial on top and the binomial right here. So 7n plus 3 is on the side. Multiply the rows and the columns together. And then I combine these like terms. You can combine those together. Find your answer. Combine those like terms together. All right, 18, guys, was the perfect square. 4x minus 7 squared. That means this. 4x minus 7 times 4x minus 7. Put them together. Combine those 2 terms. Again, they add together and double up, -56x. All right? All right, last one. Got to get done here. Guys, this is the conjugate pair. This is not a perfect square. One's a plus and one's a minus. Multiply them out. All right, you notice you get 56k and -56k. This term disappears and becomes 0. All that's left is this number and this term. This term and this term. All right, is the difference between 2 squares. That's all that's left is those 2 terms in your answer. All right, that's it, guys. Thanks.